Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the Hyundai Sonata, a mid-size sedan that's got style, comfort, and affordability all wrapped into one sleek package. If you're eyeing a used Sonata, you're probably loving its sharp looks, roomy interior, and tech that makes every drive a breeze. But before you sign on the dotted line, there are some potential pitfalls you'll want to dodge to keep your wallet happy and your ride smooth. In this video, I'll walk you through the key things to watch out for with used Hyundai Sonatas. We'll cover the model years that might trip you up, what breaks down as the miles pile on, and how to pick a winner that'll last for years. Stick around to the end for my top buying tips. New here? Smash that subscribe button and hit the bell so you don't miss out. If this saves you from a clunker, drop a thumbs up, it helps a ton. If you would like to see a particular vehicle model review, you can leave your request as a comment below this video. Let's get started. So, why the Hyundai Sonata? It's a practical mid-size sedan with a comfy ride, solid tech, and a price tag that won't make you wince. Whether you're zipping through town or hitting the open road, it's got the goods: spacious seats, a big trunk, and Hyundai's smart design. But here's the deal. Buying used means you're inheriting someone else's miles, and not every Sonata ages like fine wine. Some years have quirks, and wear and tear can sneak up on you. Here's what we'll tackle today. Model years that could cost you big time. What to expect as the odometer ticks up. Why the Sonata's still a great pick, plus how to avoid the lemons. No fluff, just the facts you need to buy smart. Let's dive into the model years first. Not all Sonatas are created equal. Some years have more gremlins than others. Here's the scoop. 2006 to 2010 Hyundai Sonata, 5th generation. Engine failure, seized engines. Likelihood, 15 to 20%. Repair cost, $3,000 to $5,000. Early models, especially 2006 to 2008, might have engine seizures from manufacturing debris. Listen for knocking or sluggishness on a test drive. Transmission issues, likelihood 10 to 15%. Repair cost, $1,500 to $3,000. Automatic transmissions can get jerky or slip. Shift through all gears, any clunks or delays mean trouble. Alright, let's talk about the 2011 to 2014 Hyundai Sonata, which is part of the 6th generation. Now, one of the main issues you might run into is with the Theta 2 engine. There's about a 20 to 25% likelihood of engine problems. Repair costs can range from $3,000 to $5,000. The 2.0-liter and 2.4-liter engines tend to wear out pretty fast, risking stalls or even total failure. Hyundai did offer warranty extensions, so make sure to confirm that it's been fixed. Another thing to watch out for is steering coupler wear. The likelihood here is about 10 to 15%, and repair costs are relatively low, around $100 to $300. A worn coupler can make a clunking noise when you turn. It's a small fix, but definitely test it at low speeds to be sure. Moving on to the 2015 to 2019 Hyundai Sonata, which belongs to the 7th generation. One issue that pops up is transmission shifting issues. There's a 10 to 15% likelihood of this happening, and repair costs can range from $1,500 to $3,000. Look out for rough or slow shifts, especially in the 2015 to 2017 models. Be sure to test every gear for smoothness. Another common problem is infotainment system glitches. The likelihood of this is around 5 to 10%, with repair costs ranging from $200 to $500. Touchscreens can freeze or disconnect, so make sure to play with the tech during your inspection. Model years set the stage, but mileage tells the full story. Here's what might crop up as the Sonata racks up the miles. Alright, let's talk about what you might encounter between 0 and 50,000 miles. Minor electrical issues have a likelihood of about 5%, and repair costs range from $100 to $300. We're talking about things like faulty sensors or wonky dash lights popping up here and there. These are usually easy fixes, but it's always good to double-check them. Next up, brake wear. This has a likelihood of around 10%, with repair costs between $300 and $600. The pads and rotors wear out depending on how you use the car. Make sure to test the brakes. If they feel spongy, that's a sign of trouble. Moving on to 50,000 to 100,000 miles. Suspension wear becomes more likely, with a 10% chance and repair costs ranging from $400 to $800. Struts or bushings can wear out, making your rides a bit bumpy. If you hit a pothole, listen for any unusual noises. Then there's water pump failure, which has a likelihood of 5 to 10%. This can set you back anywhere from $500 to $1,000. A bad pump can overheat your engine, so keep an eye out for leaks or strange sounds. Alright, so if your Hyundai Sonata has clocked between 100,000 and 150,000 miles, here's what you need to watch out for. Timing belt or chain issues have about a 10% likelihood of happening. The repair cost can range from $500 to $1,500. It's crucial to dig into the service history to see if the timing parts have been replaced. Another thing to keep an eye on is the exhaust system for rust, especially if you're in a snowy area. The likelihood of this issue is around 5 to 10%, and repairs can set you back anywhere from $300 to $700. Check the exhaust for any holes or loudness. Now, if your Sonata has surpassed 150,000 miles, there are a couple of things you should be particularly mindful of. First up, engine oil consumption. There's a 10 to 15% chance that older engines might start guzzling oil. You'll want to keep an eye on the oil levels, and ask the previous owner about how often they had to refill. Then, there's the risk of transmission failure, which has a likelihood of 15 to 20%. The repair cost for this can be between $2,000 and $4,000. Make sure to test the gears and listen for any whining noises. So, here's the good news. The Hyundai Sonata is generally a reliable pick overall. With decent care, it can easily cruise past 150,000 miles. Annual repair costs usually hover around $400 to $600, which is pretty fair for this class. Hyundai builds them tough, but skipping maintenance on engines or transmissions can really bite you later. Quick hits. Service history is gold. Look for regular oil changes and brake checks. Driving style counts. Highway miles are way better than city traffic wear, and don't forget to research recalls, especially for engines, and verify that fixes have been done. Ready to grab a used Sonata? Here's how to nail it. First, steer clear of models from 2011 to 2014. Engine and transmission woes can really stack up in those years. Insist on records. If there's no maintenance history, it's best to move on. For cars over 100,000 miles, definitely get a pre-purchase inspection from a mechanic. Test everything: brakes, tech, engine, make sure it's all solid. Follow these steps, and you'll roll away in a Sonata that's built to last. Thanks for watching. Hit like if this helped, subscribe for more, and drop your Sonata thoughts or questions in the comments. See you next time.